Hello there, welcome to a new session, and in this session we are going to create the program or code based on a specific problem statement. And it is going to be very interesting because in this session we will be using the Swing framework for creating the GUI based application. In this code or in this problem statement we need to create a GUI based frame and buttons into it. So let's see how to do that or what is the problem. So problem statement says that create a Java form application which will have a button that has a click me text on it. So it is saying that we need to create a Java application which will have a button, or first of all we need to create a frame. This is the whatever outer frame that you can see on which this button is clicked or button is pasted. This is the frame, and inside that frame a button is placed. So first of all we need to create a frame. It could be JFrame or a frame directly. There are multiple classes to create the frame. So we will be using this JFrame which is present in Swing framework. So first we will have to create the frame, and then inside that frame we will have to create a button, and click me should be text on it. So up to here we have to create a button, and there should be a text click me on that button. Then when this button is clicked by the user, the form will prompt show message dialog window with a you clicked on me text. So it is, as we already know, that buttons are clickable. So whenever someone will click this button, click me, whenever someone will click this button or we will click this button, so it should show a message dialog box like this, a dialog box like this, on which text is written that you clicked on me exclamatory mark. So this is what we need to do. It is quite easy program. You just need the knowledge of GUI, you just need the knowledge of Swing framework. That's what it needs. So let's create the program now. Let's go to the CMD. If you are not having CMD, just it's okay, you can on your ID, normal ID also. So I hope you can see now cd hacko /java and cls. Okay, now notepad eg GUI example.java. Okay, now class, let me zoom in, class ABC. Okay, it's okay to be ABC. We do not need, as we are not giving the class name as public, so it's okay, but let's give the class name same as the file name. So public class GUI example. Now here we will be creating a main function. So this is the main function, and inside this main function I will be creating this program in such a way that we do not need to create multiple functions. We will call single function from the main function, and that single function is responsible for doing all the work, for creating the frame, for creating the button, and for adding the button into the frame. So let's see. We will create start function, and that start function is responsible for creating frames, buttons, and doing all such things. So public static void start. So this is the start function, and in this start function we need to create the frame now. So let me see. Now here we need to create a frame first, and it should have a heading that this is my first form. So if you want to give the heading, so first for creating a frame you need to use JFrame class. So JFrame frame is equal to, we have created an object of JFrame, and frame is equal to new JFrame. We are instantiating the object of JFrame class by giving the data, or we are just giving the heading. This is the heading. You can give the heading while instantiating the object of JFrame. So this is my first form. Okay, so we have given the heading. Now we need to create a button. So JButton, and remember, whenever you are using the Swing framework, so all the names of button, frames, text areas, all these starts from J text area, JButton, and all such things. Okay, so button is equal to new JButton, and on the button we need to give click me text should be displayed on the button. Okay, now we have created button as well as the frame. Now here we need to create the action listener, because in the question it is written that whenever someone will click that button, then that after clicking that button you will have to show a dialog box, a message dialog box, show message dialog. So for doing such thing, we need to add the action listener with that button, so that whenever that button would be clicked, that action listener function would be executed. So let's see. So button dot add action listener. Remember this thing, that whenever you are adding action listener with buttons, then you should have to pass an argument, and that argument should be of type action listener. Action listener is an interface, and you will have to create a separate class for passing the argument. So what we will do here, we will create an anonymous class. After creating that separate class, we need to create a specific function, because inside the action listener interface there is a function action performed. So we have to create that action performed function into that class. Let me create it first. So new action listener here, new action listener. By doing all these things, what we are doing, we are creating an anonymous class which is implementing this action listener interface. Now if you are implementing an action listener interface, then you should have to implement all the functions. You will have to define all those functions which are inside this action listener. So action listener has a function declared into that interface, or declare into it, named as, or it is something like this, public void action performed, and it is having a parameter of action event type, action event. Remember this. And in this function, whatever you are writing in this function, that would be performed whenever you will click that button. So here we should have to show the dialog box only, or message dialog. So we will use J option pane here, J option pane dot show message dialog, and where you want to show the message dialog, on the frame. So frame, we have to pass the frame object, and we have to pass the message that you want to show. So we want to show you clicked on me. So you clicked on me, and exclamation mark. So this is what would be executed whenever someone will click this button. So I hope this thing is clear. Now we are going to set the frame. So frame dot set visible. We will set the visibility as true, because we need to set it. And before that, frame dot set size. So we need to set the size as well. So 400 500, that would be good. And before that, frame dot set default close operation. So JFrame dot click, or close underscore on exit, close on exit. So whenever you will click, or I will show you what will happen because of this line. And after this, or before this, frame dot, we have to add that button into our frame. So add button, and what is the name? Button. Okay, so we have added that button into our frame. Let's see what will happen when we will compile this. So Java C GUI example.java. So it is saying that cannot find symbol JButton JFrame. Okay, so as I have told you, all these JButton, JFrame, and all these classes are present in a separate package. So we have to import those packages. So java x.swing.star. So in the java x.swing package, all those classes are present, JFrame, JButton, and all such things. And we have to import the java.awt.event package also, event.star, because action event class is present into the java.awt.event package. Now let's compile that program again. So two errors are there. So it is saying that cannot find symbol, close on exit. Sorry, I just forgot. We need to write exit on close. Exit on close. Yeah, and then at the end we need to, okay, sorry, instead of writing add button we just need to write add. It will do everything by itself. Okay, now it is compiled, we need to execute it. So java GUI example directly, and you can see there is a frame. This complete page is the button. It has created the button in such a way that that complete frame looks like a button. So we need to improve this. And as you can see, whenever we are clicking the button, it is giving us the message that you clicked on me. But we need to improve this. When we will close this window, then this program will end. Because of this line of code, that effect was happened. If you want to improve the problem of that complete button onto the frame, so you will have to set the frame or set layout. You have to set the layout as null. Okay, so we have to set the bounds for the button as well. So button dot set bounds, let's say 200, 20, 100 comma 50. It would be good. So yeah, our button is shown in middle. Still it is not in middle, but yeah, it is something same as this one, whatever we want. As you can see, this is my first form, click me. When we will click it, so it is saying you clicked on me. So it is complete replica that what we want. So I am closing it. I am closing this dialog box as well. So I hope this thing is clear, how I have created this program and how you can do that. If you are having any problem with this, then just comment below. And if you want to learn GUI completely like this, it is just a very simple example. If you want to learn the GUI properly, then you can comment below. I will try to create videos for that as well. Thank you.